Hello everybody, Tessin here. I'm just going to talk to you guys about gnats and how to get rid of them. Basically, I'm a clean person. I don't leave things around, but maybe about a week ago, I discovered that I had this out of nowhere gnat thing going on, this infestation out of nowhere. So basically, what I did was I had to identify where they were coming from. And the reason I found out I had them was because I was in my kitchen and I was cooking one day, and then that's just like two of them flew by. I was like, okay. Then I cook a lot of plantains, so I was like, okay, let me just ditch the plantains. So I got rid of them, and then the next day my friend came by for dinner. She's like, oh, you got a gnat problem? And I'm like, what? And I looked up on the ceiling. They were all over the ceiling and the curtains. It was really embarrassing. So this is what I did. First thing you do is identify which kind of gnat it is, because by identifying which kind it is, you're identifying where the eggs are being laid and where they're coming from. There's three main kinds. First kind, fruit, or like fruit flies, kind of like, but a fruit fly is different, but there are gnats that like fruit too. And they also attract fruit flies, because fruit flies know these gnats are going to fruit normally. Interesting, right? So the gnats usually will lay eggs and like underneath the ridges of rotten like banana peels or in fruit. They're attracted to it and they feed off of it. The second kind is a fungus, the fungus gnats or soil gnats. They're attracted to the soil of plants in your house. If you have plants and you have those cider blocks that you use instead of soil, oh, they love those. Or just regular soil in general. They go down and they lay their eggs actually within the soil. Okay, and some of them, because I had also had a root ginseng roots in my kitchen, they laid their egg, they found holes into the roots and laid their eggs inside of the roots. Okay, because I was in the kitchen and I still couldn't get rid of them after I ditched it. And I took my roots and I dumped them into my sink, and I filled the sink with water. And when I filled it with water, bubbles started coming out of the roots, air bubbles. And I looked at the root, there was a little hole in it. So I pushed the root. All of a sudden, all these bubbles started coming out of the root. And I pushed it again. All these little tiny white little eggs came floating out. It's bloody gross. So I ditched it. They had drilled a ton of little holes into the roots and laid their eggs and lived inside of the roots. So the third kind is the drain type of gnats. Okay, now they live inside of the drains of your sink, of your bathroom faucet, even your bathroom shower, which is the main one. Because what happens is the hair and the fungus and the slime that develops from when you use the shower, and sometimes the shampoo and everything, it gets caught up underneath the drain and it doesn't always rinse away, and the hair holds it there. This is a great place for them to lay their eggs, and it's also moist. It also protects them from things that you may pour in there because of the slime covering it. Bleach and everything you pour down there, it doesn't really do anything. So those are the three kinds of gnats. Identify which ones you have, and this is how you attack them. The first one, which is the fruit one, obviously, get rid of all the fruit. Stop leaving fruit outside. Throw it away. And your garbage bins, make sure your bins are clean underneath the bag. Sometimes you have that wetness from when a bag tears and you leave it there. They love it. They lay their eggs right in there. And you can also get maggots that way if you have flies. So clean that out thoroughly, okay? Get rid of the fruits, and that'll eradicate that problem if that's it. Usually, if you have fruit ones that are attracted to fruit, they've already identified another source to lay their eggs. The second one is, of course, the soil. Now, what you do with that, you take sand sometimes. People like to take sand, and you can put a layer of sand over the plants. This will keep the plants, the mature adult gnats, from flying back in to lay more eggs, and it'll also kill the life cycle. When you kill the life cycle, you eradicate the entire infestation problem. And the eggs and the larvae, when they hatch, they won't be able to come out. They basically die and dry out. The second one for the plants is to let the plants totally dry out. Don't water them for like 2 days. And this will eradicate the problem. There'll be no moisture to sustain the larvae. So some people prefer the sand method because it doesn't dry out the plant like a not watering your plants would do. But if you got a gnat problem, you better just risk it, because I'd rather have a house empty from plants than a house full of plants and gnats. Third one, the drain. You have to. This is one of the hardest ones, because everyone says things don't work all the time. So what you can do is you can pour. I use this. Gnats love lemon scented pneumonia. They're idiots. So you pour the pneumonia inside the drain, all of your drains in your house, and you get a drain plug. You have to drain plug all of them. You plug the drain and pour the pneumonia in, I'm sorry, and plug the drain up. Do not use your drain, do not rinse it for 28 hours, 24 hours, I'm sorry. If you can go 48 hours, that's great, because that'll definitely kill them all. But 24 hours at most, do not use any of your drains. Pour the pneumonia in there and just leave it. And drain cover, you have to plug it with a drain plug, okay? This will prevent the other ones from coming back in there, and this will prevent the ones from in there from escaping, okay? And that will basically eradicate the problem. Also, what people do, they can get a jar of the glass, I know. People do the white wine thing, where you can pour white wine in the glass, and gnats love white wine. They'll go into the white wine and end up drowning. Okay, it does work. Also, if you have a jar, of course this is not a jar, you can take a piece of paper and create a funnel, right? And you stick the funnel into the jar, and make sure that the tip, the bottom part of the funnel is very, very, very small, right? And make sure that the top part, of course, is wide, make a decent funnel. And you put it into a cup. This cup is not a good example, but a jar that would surround the entire bottom half of the funnel. And you fill the cup with Dawn, and you fill it with apple cider vinegar. Okay, the apple cider will attract the gnats. Gnats love apple cider vinegar or white vinegar. They love that also. And it'll attract them. And then the Dawn will pull them in, and it'll kill them. And since they're too stupid, they won't fly back out of the funnel. They'll just sit there and drown. Those are the ways that work for me. I got rid of my gnat problem in probably like what 2 days, 2 3 days. Some people who have a really bad infestation, it may take a little bit longer, but in no more than a week's time if you follow the guidelines and the steps that I just provided for you. I hope that helps you guys get your house back. It helped me get mine back. Email me, let me know what happens. All the best, guys. Take care. Cheerio.